Okay, when I sit in your chair,
Yeah.
don't lie to me.
All right.
Does my breath stink?
Never.
Okay.
Oh, you lying.
Never. No,
motherfucker, man.
But
Why he can't let you have it?
Let me have it.
2 days ago, I had one.
It was lit.
It made me mad.
Oh, wait, stop. I don't want to hear no more. Say it for the podcast. I'm just worried about
This
my
is
joint.
the podcast.
Yeah, well, she is recording.
Yeah.
I just want to get y'all comfortable first. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. We went to the liquor store yesterday.
Which one?
The Gays right here, right here in Auburn. The Gays, the Gays liquor.
Yeah.
All right. This dude's talking to one of our friends we know very well. She actually watches the podcast. His breath was on lit. Yeah. If you had a flame for the gas he was spitting, dragon breath. I tried to stop him. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to intervene and stop this dude.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. One, the wife is a good source of if my breath is on funk patrol or not.
Right.
Two,
Okay.
she said it's been better than it's ever been.
Ooh.
After we went to the dentist and got all that locked up.
Oh, I agree.
Three,
Okay.
I hadn't eaten a meal since 7 o'clock the day prior.
Okay.
So when I fast, the acetones create this unpleasant smell on your tongue.
I'm aware.
So when I went out to Gay's Liquor with you, I forgot I hadn't eaten anything, and that kicks into halitosis.
Oh, man.
Had I ate something,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be talking shit right now.
No.
So I had to do a little exploratory
That's
Oh,
good.
wait,
exploration.
wait.
That's good, but what's
That's
that got to
why-
do with me talking shit
Your
right
breath stink?
Yeah.
That's who he's talking about?
Yeah.
At Gays?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you been?
But look, I had to do this without him knowing because he'll get in here and try to control and sabotage things. You told the truth, so that lets me know when I don't eat, it get worse.
Yeah.
When I
Like
eat,
morning breath.
yeah. When I eat though and brush my shit and take care of myself, then I'm good.
Yeah.
It popped in my mind once when I leave this barbershop. Is this dude talking about me saying my breath stink? Am I that dude? I don't want to be that dude. Okay.
You're good.
I don't know. The way you said no had me reason to believe.
Promise.
This old detective eye can't
But this
feel
is the
me
thing,
now.
though. My nose has been messed up since I had COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, he blaming COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, he
no,
So what he's saying is
that long haul.
Yeah.
Double
So it
down.
could be
COVID.
I mean, it could be COVID. But I smelled buddies a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And that was one of those ones where I had to cut them from behind.
Is that a common thing with barbers? Y'all got to deal with bad breath
I
people?
wonder if mine stinks. Who's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
tell
more
me?
worried about my breath being
I'm
stinking.
lining you up
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
I'm in everybody's face, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm in-
true.
Like mine's gonna. Who's gonna tell me while I'm lining you up?
Yeah. But Andrew always got gum in his mouth. Every time I sit in his seat, he pop one. I'm like, this dude really cares about his breath. Let me
I
get
got
this
toothbrush in
podcast.
the
I was just going to say, get the podcast
Let me get this
started.
podcast started. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have Andrew Workman and we got our man Ace of Spade.
The big Ace, not the little Ace.
Big Ace, not the little
Yeah.
Ace. I like it.
If y'all been following the podcast, I've been out desperately trying to get video footage and found myself at Barbers United. That was probably the best place I could go. Like the universe was like, you've been asking to get into this barbershop for a long time, and for whatever reason, we're not going to let it happen right now until out of the blue, boom, it happened. And then Andrew was like, I would just bring it and just do it. So I did it. And the interviews we did at that barbershop was simply amazing. I mean, we got the raw experience from everybody, and the questions really hit home for those who were really conscious enough to accept the question, think about it, and answer it. And so these two gentlemen here are from Barbers United. It is a dope barbershop. It's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And they literally make the barbershop. Now, let me say this. Do you have that list of names, Meryl? I know we got John P. from the Belief Hole podcast. John P. donated a handsome donation.
Yeah, I don't know the exact amount, but it was nice.
For a friend of ours. I'm not going to drop her name because she really didn't give me permission to do so. Richard and Dana, who are close friends of ours. Richard owns I believe it's a gardening service. He owns a gardening service. Merrill can get his information up in the description. We also have Brian Mills. Brian Mills, thank you for your donation. This woman received the money about 2 days ago. We have Kenzen and Tony. They work at Mike Thomas Realty in Fort Wayne. Kenzen and Tony are literally superstars. And we're going to have them on a podcast really soon here. So thank you guys for the donation for this woman. And we also have Brian Lamb, my music mentor in Hawaii, him and his wife, Deepa. Check out her podcast, Let's Evolve Together. That is a dope podcast. Brian Lamb, thank you. You family, so you already know what we're talking about. My mother also donated to this person who really needed the help. And take in mind, this woman didn't know we were doing this for her. So
Yeah.
when the letter arrived at her house, she was thrilled.
Yeah, I read the email.
Yeah, it was good. And then, am I missing anybody? Is that it? Okay. So thank you to all of the subscribers. If you would please like the channel, like the video. Thank you to all of our Patreons. Everything you guys do, it helps. Thank you to all the commenters, Bug, Sarah Monroe, and I know I'm forgetting a couple of people who are usually doing a lot of the commenting. But thanks everyone for watching, supporting, and viewing, and then we can just start this podcast.
Yeah, we hit 1.9K on one video, like less than 3 hours, and then we hit 1.7 on another short. So the algorithm is starting to be friendly to us.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good.
Yeah, in the YouTube world. So Mr. Algorithm, he's a finicky beast.
He is.
That dude, he gets you no airtime if he thinks you don't get it. It's just like, man, playing that game is different.
If you're not in there like swimwear,
Yeah,
algorithm don't care.
yeah.
It got a little warm in here with these lights. I'll tell you that right now.
You didn't put it at 60, did you?
No, I got it at
Because
70.
you will freeze us out of here.
65.
I'm still I'm still tropical. I mean,
You know.
Yeah. It ain't Florida tropical, though. No. Indiana's a different climate.
yeah.
Take me home.
Yeah. Ace is from Florida, huh? Yeah.
So we have Andrew and we have Ace here. Now, I don't know how we do this. Let's start because let's start with Andrew. Him and I we were talking for almost a year about a bunch of things, music, podcasting. Andrew, I met him. He was cutting my son's hair at the time he was living with us, and our conversation left me, quite happy to, if I ever grew a beard or I had to refer somebody, that's who I was going to refer him to, was you. So it was you and I who started all this, and now look what it's evolved into. So, Andrew, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Like, where's the Andrew train headed? What you doing? What's going on, bruh?
Wherever it takes me. I don't know.
You don't know? You just,
I'm riding the wave.
I
just
think
by the wind?
we
Yeah.
talked about that last podcast, just not giving any control to it or any thought to it. Just as the day comes.
That's
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Got to.
Cut hair. If someone comes in, offers me $1 million, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Just out of the blue, someone offers me a cool meal. I'm gonna take it.
You're gonna walk out with half a line.
Yeah, Andrew's not even gonna ask questions. He's gonna be like, I don't know where this came from, but hey, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just give it right on over. Now, do you want that 1 million tax free, or do you care to file a 1099 with this? Like
tax free.
yeah,
Tax
free.
So technically, you ain't gonna get $1 million then.
Well, it's tax free. You get $1 million.
But I don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you say tax free to me, that means they taxed it already.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right?
No,
No,
Meryl.
that's what I'm
No?
trying to tell.
Oh,
I need
okay.
that smooth meal.
All right.
Talk to the editor.
I don't know. I talk to
you
my
in your-
wife a lot.
Put
and,
you in
know,
your place.
Cash.
The government always seems to get their piece.
Cash.
They do, regardless.
Yeah.
They gonna tell you tax free and give it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't like working overtime because the government. You working overtime? You gonna pay me extra?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Speaking of money,
Yeah.
you ever cut some dude's hair and they just like, I can't afford this?
Hell yeah.
Oh, so
Really?
So it's a common thing.
Oh, it happens.
Wait, Andrew. What got you into being a barber?
I went to a barber. What? I've been to stylists and stuff like that. Mom cut my hair, and then went to a barber in 2019. A year after high school, I went to like a real barber. You know, someone that takes their time with it. Changed my whole perspective. I didn't know how I could look. I didn't know I could look like that. So then I was on YouTube, and then that was it. I figured out you had to go to school. Went to school, and that was that. I didn't ever imagine cutting hair. I didn't have any interest in it.
So as a kid, you were just. I mean, what were your interests as a kid? What were you thinking about?
I knew I didn't want to go to school though.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to school, but I don't know. I never really had like a set thing. Music production would be great.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a game that everybody's in. So
Yeah.
but time, like in reality, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like I said, going wherever it takes me.
How old are you right now?
23.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Bruh, at 23, I had no idea where I was going.
All I knew was I wanted to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Where or what, I don't know, but I didn't want to go to school.
You at the age right now where you still have time. You still got time to figure. I mean, you always got the time. It just depends on what you want to pursue. But 23 was an age where you was pretty much indestructible. Like we was racing dirt bikes. And
Yeah, but we was also working on an ambulance too.
that's true. But I'm just saying, at 23, I really didn't want to. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
We didn't really have a choice as to, not like how he's sitting here like he's free roam.
Right.
He works for himself, but he has different ideations. Like I think you want to be more into the music world than you want to be into the barber world.
Of course, but what's gonna get me by till then?
Right.
Right. I
Well,
agree.
Yeah, you can't go 100% until you have the means and capability and the cushion behind you. But
Exactly.
But you do have time to sit and
do-
decide
yeah.
like, oh man, which route am I gonna go?
how much time do you spend toward making music?
Sundays and Mondays.
Sundays and
So when I get up, not as much as I would like. When COVID hit,
right,
every day.
right.
It was every day because I was at a barber school. They shut everything down. So, I mean, it was a constant thing. That was the most I ever did anything. But now I'm back to work. So Sundays and Mondays, a weekend thing.
Yeah. Dang, what a slap in the face to get out of barber school during COVID. You know what I mean?
I was in it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right.
Ace, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Where is the like? I know your train is headed somewhere.
Yeah.
bro.
Where you
I'm
headed, Ace?
kind of afraid to be a
Let's
passenger
start
on
with
your
this.
train, bro.
How old are you, Ace? How old are you?
Yeah, 26.
26. So Ace got, he
3
got a little
years.
bit more mileage on.
Yeah. It's got a little bit more mileage under the hood.
Just a few more.
Yeah.
You know, it's time to slow ride.
Yeah. Where you going, Ace? What's up? What's the plan?
I don't know, man. Businesses, real estate,
Yeah.
just stuff like that. It's just focus my mind on different directions, so
Yeah.
get to the point where I can have an abundance of what I need so I can kind of kick back and focus on the little stuff I like to do, the hobbies that I know that could bring some more traffic my way. So
Yeah, what's some of those hobbies you want to share with me?
Yeah,
You
man.
want to share?
Wait, Ace, where are you from, bro? You sound like you're from the South or something.
He got that accent, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, St. Petersburg, man, Florida.
Yeah.
Petersburg. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
What's your nationality?
I'm black and white.
Yeah.
And
Black
then
and white.
my grandmother was Indian though,
yeah.
but you know,
What kind of
she-
Indian?
Cherokee Indian and Miami Indian. So
Okay.
she kind
Welcome
of
to the club, my mixed brother.
just you know, hey,
It is what it is.
it is.
Yeah. So y'all got to tell us, what's the best barbershop story? Like when I think about barbershop, I think about Ice Cube and the movie Barbershop. And then there's other things on YouTube you can relate to. But I know as a kid growing up, a lot of shit talking was in barbershops. Everybody knew everything and in the in-between of each other's lives. Like,
Right.
and then you always got that one dude who always get roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's some barbershop stories?
You do, but I don't know. I think it changed though. Like times changed a little bit. So it's like you still got that, but it's more or less like I don't know. I always used to say like I don't want to be a cosmetologist because the cosmetologists are very nippy. Oh, it's every time you walk in, it's drama. It's this, that, and the third. But it's the same way in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's just like I'm just like, oh man. So when I got in there, I'm like, all right, it's different because like back in the day, you already knew, but it was very outspoken, and now it's just kind of like I don't know. It's
Everything's
kinda,
a debate.
yeah, it's a debate, and it's behind everything. I don't know. It's such a different time. So it's just
Right. Well, and you're saying this as like younger, men in a different barbershop from what we grew up in. Do you see more politics coming out of your
Politics?
yeah, with
No.
other
No.
age
Okay.
groups comparable?
But I mean, if the older crowd comes through, yes. But
Yeah.
but amongst like our age group and like a little older and a little younger, nah. Like
What's the vibe there? What's everybody talking about?
sports, music,
Right.
what's on social media, like
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yep,
that's
race all
what
the
is it?
time.
Race.
Race.
So
Very-
much.
I stirred the pot on that.
That's
Left,
still a
right,
sub,
up,
but
down.
that's still a subject.
Man,
Yeah,
it's like
but not-
typing in a cheat code to your day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but look, so him and I are 45 years old. So when we were going to a barbershop, when we still had a hairline, bruh, it was
Follically
different.
deprived.
I think it was always about politics,
Right.
and it was always about sports.
Or religion.
See, that's
Yeah.
I feel like that's like they told me in barber school right off the bat.
That's-
Politics and religion.
No go.
No
Yeah,
go.
Don't-
I think
don't bring
that's
it up.
I think that's common with all kind of professions.
Yeah, don't bring it. It's not
Yeah.
professional. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Now, if we get good, and whatever, we get comfortable with each other and it rises, and so be it. But right off the bat, it's nah.
Yeah, you want to keep it. You want to fill everybody out.
You don't know who's in the
Who's
chair,
who,
what
yeah.
they believe in,
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, but okay, so talk about Barbers United. Like, why is it called Barbers United? What's the main premise?
I mean, the names in itself is what I would say. I just got with the guys not too long ago. I've only been here for about 11 months now.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's just, for me when I first got here, because I had opportunities to go other places. And what stuck out to me there was just kind of like, the way the owner operates is just very, everybody's together. He's very family-based. So that kind of drew me closer to that rather than the other shops you can see. They going to get money, but it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Right.
And it's like, here, we family. So, like, if I got bread, you got bread. So we going to break that down.
Teamwork.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's the biggest thing. So, like you said, teamwork and just,
Now, have you always wanted to do this cut?
hell no.
So, okay. So
Man, I owned a detail business beforehand.
Right,
Um,
right.
That was good, decent, partnered with some guys that just, things go left, things go right,
Right.
Sometimes they don't go right, so you go with the grain. But got with the guys and it's cool. It went well for a few years, but then it got to the point where it was like, that's the first thing I did. I would wake up in the morning and be like, I love this. I can't wait to do it. Like,
right.
I can get up and I'm like, oh, we got 20 cars today? All right, cool. That like this,
Yeah.
I know I'm here. I know I'm there. Like, I'm constantly driving. I don't got to pay for gas for most of my stuff. So it's just like, I'm constantly just zoom, zoom, zoom. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I found myself so in love with what I did. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's time to go start my own. So I did that. I'm like, all right, cool. Started my business. Then I got back in with the same dudes I start kicking it with. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's link it up.
Yeah.
Merged everything up and sized it up. We had good growth.
Right.
It's a bunch of knuckleheads in one pot though. So
yeah.
Things
I can already see how that could be tainted.
Mm-hmm. So it was quickly tainted after it started, and it just was kind of like one thing led to another, and just get out of there and go. So then I found myself sitting around not doing anything. I was just like, shit. I don't know what to do.
Right,
I don't know what to do. Like,
and that is
in my
okay.
lap, I'm like, oh man,
that's normal. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's
so
normal.
And it still happens.
I'm so stuck, and I'm just like, So my wife walks by, and I was cutting my brother's friend, Emmanuel, and he was like, it was crazy because actually that's the last time I seen him. Anyway, so Emmanuel, he was sitting there getting his hair cut, and my wife was like, you should just go cut hair. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Right.
And she's like, you already do it.
Right.
I'm like, I ain't no dang on barber. Like, I'm not about to do this. Like,
Yeah.
no. I'm literally like, that's dumb. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, just let it go. I'm like, that's just dumb. Like, I'm just going off about it. Like, and so then I was sitting down, and honestly, I don't know. I just got done playing the game. I was so bored, and I was just like, all right, I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
I was like, the barber college is like right up the street. I was like, let's just walk in and see.
Yeah.
So I walk in, get the little 411. I like walk out. I'm like, I don't know. Driving by after work like 3 days later, I just pulled in. It's probably like 4:50 sometime after that. Got off early, pulled in. I'm like, all right, give me all the paperwork so I can sign it. And the lady there, her name was Kayla. She was like, are you sure you want to do this? You still seem unsure. I was like, y'all give me 2 weeks to figure it out. And if I don't like it in 2 weeks, well, what else can I know? You know? So I got in there. Man, after 2 weeks, I mean, it was a lot of bookwork stuff, but it's like I was able to see what you can get from it in the long run. So, and I'm always one of the people that's like, I still detail a car. I don't mind it. I'm Barber. Like, I still do what I'm good at. So I don't like to carry my, eggs in one basket, so to say, just have different things and add more to the tool belt of your skill set.
Right.
And just move from there. So
all around tradesman. I like it.
Yep. I want to get another movie though, man.
Yeah. Another
Gotta
movie.
do that. Yeah. Yeah.
So you made a movie?
Yeah, my dad's friend, Claude, lifetime best friend.
Right.
Like, I don't know, I pretty much consider him like an uncle to me. So he did one with this guy, Bryce. He runs Fritzl Media out of Fort Wayne and stuff. So and they shot it. It's called Touched. That was it was good. It was fun to be a part of. It was about 6-7 years ago now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's something to do it again. Now that I know what I'm looking at.
So wait, okay, so that you're saying, so you had like an adequate role in this movie?
I mean, it was enough, I mean, I played a nerd.
Right.
I was my uncle's, well, I consider my uncle, like I said, but I was his younger self.
Yeah.
So in the movie. And it's just like, for me, it just was, it was a cool little experience. And it's about a
now, we got to look this up and we're going to have to find it, research it, and watch it.
But wait, Ace, that means you could donate time with us and we can use you in some stuff.
Yeah, you want to be an actor.
Do you want to be used?
I mean, that's the question. Essentially, that's the question. I'm not going to be able to pay you, but essentially, I might pay for your gas.
Let's go.
I could feed you a couple sandwiches.
Yeah. My wife makes a killer ceviche.
She does.
That you've already tasted. Yeah.
You've already had that.
I can pour you a strong glass of bourbon like this.
I did say it's a bourbon kind of night.
Yeah. Andrew, bruh, like, come on, man. You seen Ace just spilling beans over there. What you got, man? What's your aspiration? Are you putting anything forward to music right now as we currently speak?
Yeah, time.
Okay, so you active.
Of course. This morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's your goals, bro? Like where do you want to take it?
As far as it gets me, money. I want to be comfortable.
Okay.
I want to be comfortable.
So not famous, not crazy rich, just enough to support your.
Hey, if I'm rich, I'm rich.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, livable. Live off of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
make a
comfortable,
living
not
off
to
of it.
worry about anything.
Right.
That's
Right.
what
I think that's where most people want to be when they pursue music. I still don't have that. Like, I want to make it big and famous. I just
Right.
want to get to a spot where it
It
takes
pays
care
the
of you.
bills.
No
Right.
worries.
And you don't have
Right,
to
like-
worry about it. Yeah.
And it can be a lucrative business. You have a lot of people out there right now that you don't even know about that has a great following.
That's what I'm saying.
You
It's
know
a
what I mean?
game that
It's not like
Yeah.
it's something that has to be wildly commercial.
And here's the thing. I think my wife and I had this conversation like 2 or 3 days ago. We said the music world is big, but there's always space for you.
Right.
If you bring something different to the table, you always got a place. And like when you guys heard a little bit of what we're doing, sorry, subscribers, but you're not here physically. You guys heard a little bit of what we're doing. And then if you heard us again and we were behind a brick wall, you didn't know who was playing, you would know the style. You would be like, hey, I know those dudes. I ain't got to see them to know it, but that's their style. And if somebody can do that with you and you've brought something different to the table, then there's always a place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So don't let that discourage you.
Yeah. If anything, especially if you, so I would always, and I was better at this. I used to always have my bass with me. So even when I had some like a little bit of downtime or an hour, I practiced on that bad boy. Or whenever I could do it, I didn't really set like, I'm going to just do Saturdays and Sundays. I just put it in like, I'm going to get it in where I can get it in.
Yeah.
So even if you try to stay active like that and just, it seems like you might have a little bit of confidence issue too, bruh. I'm kind of reading you right
I
now.
already got it.
Yeah. Well, you got to get out. Are you out there right now? Yeah.
Okay.
So are you?
Is
are
the
you,
music out there? Like,
Yeah.
A sent me.
No.
So it's
Okay.
not on Spotify or nothing
No.
like that yet.
I used to have BeatStars.
Right.
BeatStars can sell them online.
Right.
Got expensive,
Yeah.
and I wasn't putting a lot out. I was making the beats, didn't like them, so I didn't put them out. So then I just stopped doing it. So still make beats, but don't get them out there because I feel like it's not there yet.
Yeah.
So
But I don't
so when does it ever get there?
Yeah. See,
Doesn't.
this is when you need like a listener partner.
Yeah. Wait. Hey.
Because
Exactly.
sometimes you could just be
You need a
beating
third
yourself
ear.
up.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. I like to show family,
Right.
my girlfriend.
Got to get
whatever.
outside of family. You got to
Yeah.
get out there and expose yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
the
they'll lie
problem.
to you. I don't care what.
No,
Right,
of course.
right,
That's
right.
the thing. That's why I don't do it. Like they'll hear it if I'm playing it or whatever, but I'm not gonna go out of my way and
Yeah.
because I don't know. You
Right.
know?
So take it to the shop. Let some customers you think might want to
Yeah.
hear it. You're gonna have to like get out of that, get out of your comfort zone.
Big telltale thing for us was having you two come. We don't have any ties. We barely even know each other.
Right. That's true.
That's what this podcast is based on. Strangers.
Yeah. You hear that old Baptist?
You know
in
what I'm
it?
saying?
Serious with it.
Strange. So when y'all came here, you heard the music.
Yeah.
And then but it vibed with you, you know, in one way or another. Or you've came up with this idea like, oh man, I see this. Ace was already talking about riding horses and
Right,
shooting
right.
people. So he already had a movie going and we were scoring his movie mentally.
That's true. That's true.
He was painting quite the picture.
So that's how I would, if I were you, that's how I would go about things. We would no way, shape, or any form go to our family first,
Right.
or our closest friends first. We would do it like this: people come on a regular, or like the UPS guy and the FedEx guy. When I'm out there rehearsing and he's at work and I'm just out there, you know, crafting the beats, the FedEx guy will pull up and he'll be like, "You got an album? Or where can I hear this at?" And when people like that are telling you that's how it sounds to them, as if you are already out there, that's how you know you're getting a legit source of feedback.
Yeah.
When y'all showed up today, it's a legit source of feedback. When Ace sent me his deal on, which we'll put it up on the podcast, but he sent me the red light. Was it red lights?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's the one.
So
I, yep.
I said, all right, Meryl, because I am very particular about what I put in my ear. I'm a very humble, positive, hate's a strong word, but I don't like negativity.
Yeah.
I don't like humans being nasty to each other. I'm way beyond that, you know. And I said, all right, Meryl, and this is the truth. Here we go. What is Ace about? Is this something we can get behind, or is this going to be some more bullshit, you know? And as soon as we played it, I could tell right off the bat that he rapping about things he's living.
Yeah.
Right.
This ain't no shit show. This ain't somebody told you to be something else, you know? And we listening to the beat, then we play it back again. Because if you're really listening to somebody's stuff, you play it back again.
Have to.
And
You gotta make
sometimes
sure
you
you
might
agree
do it a
with it.
fifth time and be like, okay, yeah, I'm still vibing with
Have
it.
to.
Yeah.
But then you come up with your like, okay, what is he talking about?
Right.
You know? And can I get behind? I'm like, okay.
That's usually the first thing that I would dissect.
Yeah.
Is when I play anything, is what
And
you're
so,
talking about.
but when you get people that do that,
yeah.
that literally listen to what you're doing and they be honest, they either say, I can't get behind this, or they say, it sounds really good, but it's not my genre. Or they say, that's just dope. That's what I'm on right there.
Yeah.
That's where I am in my life. You know,
Yeah.
they can't take you too far. So what it sounds like to me is you let a couple of hiccups put up a brick wall. And now you like, well, shit, do I come around now? Or when's the best time to come around this wall?
Or not even hiccups. Sometimes you think you got a bad beat and you just like, no, this ain't vibing. But that's when you got to let people listen to it because you can get in your own way.
You might not like it, but they might love it.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
wonder how
you
many
might not even
gems you
think
got,
you
bro,
need-
that you second guessing. Right.
Right.
A lot.
Yep.
Like how many no's you get, Ace, like, nah, I ain't vibing with this. That you was like, oh, okay, well, I'm
Quite a few. See, and that's even like I told you. Like I when I went to send you a song, because I'm like, all right, I know, from the energy that I got from you, I was like, I know kind of what he mean. Like I'm like, all right, so like that's why I told you. I'm like, oh, I got some songs that's some bullshit. Like I done, you know, I do, because that brings me money. And it's not that it's the best thing,
Right.
but like
It's
I
something.
said, sometimes
Yeah.
my fans want to just hear this, or
and you're
vice
just
versa.
what they
So,
call you're meeting the demand, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
And-
People
and-
do that all the time.
yeah, and it's not that I like that style of music, so to say, all the time. It is easy to do,
Right.
but it's just like it's only fun if you make it fun, because it's like
Yeah.
it's not something that I want to be the message when you look at me. So it's like
Right.
when you hear the music, all right, cool, I can chalk it up to this music, but at the same token, music is the harmony. That's everything. So
Yeah.
you can't just chalk that up. So
Right.
I find myself like my long friends. We known each other since second grade. Jalen, he does a lot of my beats too. But we had a conversation all the time, and he's like, we just talk about real world stuff. Like real people go through real things. So just do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you don't like it. And a
Yeah.
lot of times I would tell people like, nah, I'm not really a rapper. I'm more of a poet. Like
Yeah.
I rather
An
paint you a
artist.
story
an artist.
rather than this, that, and the third. And it's like, I don't know. It's just how I always looked at it. It's like I never cared if somebody said no, because it's like,
and
yeah,
that's the attitude
that's
you
cool.
have to have, because like we in the same boat. I don't care if you don't like the preference music I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing, but there's someone out there that it pleases to. And the only thing the artist ever wants is just to express his art,
right.
and just hope that somebody out there just appreciates
And
it.
if that's your style, how you express that
Exactly.
time, then that go ahead, go
Right.
for
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. But now answer this. How much of you, the image that you don't want to portray, how much of that are you gonna let take over of the image you do want to portray? When's the line?
no, there's
like
a line.
when
Because
do you stop and just go full 100% you and not
I
care about
say-
what you're catering to?
You see what we saying?
I do. I do.
What if
At
you're
my
still
time,
finding yourself?
then that's okay too.
But
Yeah.
that's a whole different.
Yeah.
Hold on. But that's a different question.
It is.
This
To
is,
me, that's a different question.
and we're not judging Ace. We're just trying to see when is his turn around, and like in his own self. So when we say
Mine
things
would
like
be
that,
when I wrote my album, though, my first album.
Okay, and
which
that
was
album-
Kinda Blue.
so was
Kinda
that-
Blue?
Okay,
That was like my first, like, you gotta talk about real world stuff.
There you go.
gotta talk about you. It's gotta be your life. I mean, that whole album is really how I cheated on my wife,
Mm-hmm.
how she did her dirt, how broken families, like growing up as a young kid, just not watching the trauma from parents doing the same things. Like,
Right.
it's just stuff like that. So it's like, and that honestly, I went through depression during that time, so that was my biggest coping mechanism. So it was like, after that was done, and I was done with that album, I literally was like, all right, I've released everything I wanted to speak about. It may not have been exactly what I may have, wanted. But
It was honest.
Yes.
It was the real you. Yeah. And I like that you've had these ups and downs. What I call them is battle scars. So it sounds like you're getting a fair dose of life.
Oh, I got my fair dose. I'm still getting it.
Isn't it wonderful? But isn't that wonderful?
It is.
It teaches you something. If you're not learning from your mistakes, then you're not paying attention.
It does. I don't know if they choose the hard life or the hard way, but
sometimes the hard way
just chooses you.
Yeah, and
like,
sometimes it's good to be challenged.
Yes, and that's the thing. And those challenges make you better. So it's like,
right.
At the end of the day, you know that. So as long as you don't fold, cave under that, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you already hold a positive outlook. When you and I talk, I already know, like, you on the universe, period. And you can't beat it. I'm going to redirect that question to Andrew now. When are you going to just do you and not have a thought or a care of what other people think? Like, why haven't you did something that you can't release tomorrow and let us hear?
I don't know.
Today and let us hear. So, and then if you don't know, which I'm going to stick with that.
I ask myself the same question.
Right.
Okay.
Every day.
Yeah. So what holds you back, you think?
Myself.
Okay, but more to that. What are your fears? Deep dive in this with me. Let's get deep to the recesses of your mind.
I'm scared of what people think.
And that's okay. Do you realize that that's okay, that every artist goes through that? You're not alone, my brother.
But so when I first started making music,
Right.
no cares. Boom. Everything
Right.
I made, I thought it was great.
Right.
Put it out there.
Right.
Never once did I hear, no, this isn't it. But years go by, you listen to the old stuff, terrible.
Yeah.
I know you're lying.
Yeah.
I know you're lying right now.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. I got that, but now it's like, is this it? Is this gonna be this? Is it gonna repeat itself? I know it's better, but
I'm going to whip up one of my old shamanistic brews, and it's going to open you right on up. You smell it?
It's in the air, bro.
Ace, can you smell it?
that's what it is.
We got the cure for you, son.
Thank
It's called a good old-fashioned kick in the ass. We're just going to kick you square in your ass.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think your boy Ace over there, I think he has a good idea where you're coming from. My best advice to you is we've all been there. And people that say they haven't been there, they lying to you.
Right.
We didn't start off making what we think was good music. I mean, we went back and listened to some old stuff and we wasn't quite there. Let's not do that and just elevate more.
Yeah.
Whether it be practicing harder or just coming up with some different type style of beat or something, you're gonna always chase the tail on that. And then you're gonna get into things like writer's block.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's the worst.
And then you got to just literally take a couple months.
Like, come on.
Take a month off
Yeah.
and then don't even think about music. But when you get into your music, always find a space that's like just for you.
Right.
Tell the wife and kids you love them, love you to death. But I got to be in this space for
Don't
at least,
bother me.
give me 2 hours to be in
Don't
this
bother me.
space. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's when you find yourself at your most creative.
Alone.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimi Hendrix did a lot of acid and was very creative. I mean, that was his thing though.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
All right. So we're taking a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break. Y'all got
All right, let's chime on out. No, this is Ace. Chiming out.
It's still being recorded, and I can.
Yep.
We done here. What's good?
She could use all of this.
Oh,
This is
love
what I mean. So anyways, Ace, tell us about the time you killed that guy.
I told you.
So we're at 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, 30 minutes?
Just
Started
into
with
it.
that one trunk. There was the Honda. Honda's got big trunks.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
Good.
Yeah.
They're like Lincolns almost.
Camry's got good trunks
They
too.
do. Yes.
Honda
Camry.
Accords.
Yes.
Hey, Drew, we're trying to get you right, brother. I mean,
Yeah.
and we ain't picking on you. We ain't even judging you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we gonna beat that shit out of you.
I'll
That's
be
what it
honest
is,
with you,
bro.
bro. Like this shit is so funny to me because like when I started rapping, it was with a white boy named Jimmy P, my best friend, bro. Like that's whose wedding I just came back from.
What you said, Andrew?
So anyway, Jimmy P was like, he called himself Showtime, and I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna call myself. Like, Bro, my initial rap name was like T-Rex, bro.
T-Rex.
Bro,
He was young as hell. Huh?
Bro, oh my God. So I'm in here, I'm like,
I'm a dinosaur.
man, yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Not only a dinosaur, but the apex motherfucker, the king piranha.
I said, I'm just going to be T-Rex.
Yeah.
And then I went home, I was like, that's so stupid. And I was like, I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to be something stupid that's going to just pop. I'm like, all right, T-Rex it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah,
I learned
no.
out real quick.
Yeah.
I was walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
I was like, stop. You want to be a T-Rex?
You got dudes coming up to you.
Walking up. I bet you still play with dinosaurs, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, boy.
Wait, how old were you when you did
man, I
that?
was like 14 when I met Jimmy. So I probably, 14 going into my 15, you know, so
Yeah.
I ain't really know nothing. Like, I know I like rap music, you know,
Right.
and that's coming out. That's all you really listen to, you know. You got
Yeah.
other stuff, but it's like, I
You
was
ever,
like, all right,
you
cool.
ever open yourself up to like Rage Against the Machine, or you ever hear that band Rage Against the
No.
Machine?
Of course.
You have.
Look,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Political.
Or,
Yeah,
or
very
like
political.
let's see, something like Dave Matthews Band. Some of their early
no,
stuff.
see, and I was so interested that now you're gonna have
Right.
to show me.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, hey, Paul Simon, Graceland.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
look, there's some music out there that is still relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of young kids of a certain jazz mind, or your guys' age, listen to this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When we turn you out on this type of music, it's really gonna level you up.
I'm gonna be honest about something, and I know this is gonna get onto the podcast because we're keeping it real clean. But my brother and I were 32 years old, and we never even heard of Paul Simon.
Right. Well, we
And-
heard of his songs, but
Hold
we
on,
didn't know.
Hold on. Our guitar player for the band at the time, his name is Chip, and I remember the first musical sense I had. Chip gave me a harmonica and said, "Play this." Before that, I was only barely playing the guitar a little bit and didn't know a whole lot. He put a harmonica in my hand. He said, "Play this. It's the key of C. Then I want you to go on YouTube and look at a dude called Paul Simon." He said, not the Garfunkel stuff, just Paul Simon. And the album I want you to,
We'll get it to him. It's called Graceland.
the album I want you to listen to. No, it wasn't called Graceland. It was the
Rhythm of the Saints?
Rhythm of the Saints. And when I heard that whole album, it literally changed my life about music.
Oh.
This dude went to South Africa and became something bigger than what he thought he was going to be, I bet, but you get a chance, man, get a Paul Simon album and see
You
what
can't
that
go along
dude,
with Rhythm of the Saints or Graceland, but
see what that dude did with music.
I'll get your number and I'll share some links.
That's where he get his bass style from.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A South African
When
bass
you
style.
expose yourself
I see, I leave
to
myself
different
open.
music, you get
Yeah,
different
yeah.
ideas for beats. You get different ideas on how to attack shit. You get different ideas of how you can change and modify and morph
That's how I
into.
found my flow.
Yeah.
Like, I really struggled with that. And then my good friend Jalen, who, like I said, makes my beats now, he goes, bro, I'm just going to send you a bunch of like jazz samples. And you
Yeah.
just hear 'em.
Yeah. Get a good
So
cadence on
I
jazz
just-
sample. Yeah.
Tons of jazz samples.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right. He's like, if you can't figure it out here, just call it the quits.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, all right, let's put this in. Let's, we're going to turn the BPM up a little bit and just see, you just find yourself in there. And afterwards, it's just kind of like, it kind of helped launch me forward into being more comfortable with that. Because, like, I've always been told, you got a good voice on the microphone, bro. You could do this. I'm like, all right, cool. But you got to have a message. You can't just have a voice.
Yeah.
Anybody can have a voice.
Right.
But the message got to be worth something. So,
Yeah.
What would your message be, Drewski? When you rap
For
about something.
Music.
When you just rap about something.
No.
Ooh,
See, right now
I don't.
yeah, you in the tricky place right
Like
now.
I said earlier,
Yeah.
finding yourself.
Yeah, you in a tricky place right now.
very
It is.
tricky.
You are
place.
at the you are at like the very, very beginning of what your style is going to be. You
Yeah.
pretty much starting from scratch. You got no base at all. So what I would suggest is sit, chill from music, and just digest who you are first. Know what you want to come out with. Know what you really, really want to do. And do you want to kick a fat message, conscious shit, or do you want to be like that trap gangster, something that you probably not shit? You got different avenues. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
that's
But
the thing with that. I
Yeah.
always say, like, even with that, because I don't mind going down that lane. But
Right.
at the same token, what you talk about, you better be willing to stand on.
Yes.
And if you're not willing to
What I'm
stand on
talking
that,
about.
then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let it come out.
And
So
that-
it's
Yeah.
like,
right. And the
Didn't
bigger
your father tell you something about that? I remember you saying something like, "Yo,
nah, that was my uncle, man. Just
Okay.
like just standing on your words, man. And it's like, he did a lot of time in the penitentiary. So for him, it's just like, that's all he had. My
Right.
word. You know, I ain't got much else. My word is as good as my word is. So if I stain that, I got nothing left in here. I'm dead. So
word is bond."
that's it. So he's like, you better be willing to stand on everything you talking about. If that's what you willing to rap about, everything you said, is you willing for that? I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
it's time to
Yeah.
take this back to the drawing board then, because
that's not you.
you know.
So at some point, you're gonna have to stop appeasing to the masses. And we're not judging you, but at some point, you're gonna have to just be.
See,
you.
and I learned that too. Sometimes it's appeasing to them, yes, but it's just like I try to separate what's me and what's my environment.
Right.
So it's like I think that's my thing too. You run into it's easy to rap about your environment because it's right there. in front
I'm a
of
boring
you,
person.
you know.
Yeah.
So
It's hard.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but when you talk about you know, that's when it gets more tricky because now it's like, all right, how much do I want to give you of me? Like,
But there's always people listening that will take your words. You never know who you would, affect. So if you're preaching something positive, you could literally, genuinely save somebody's life
Yep.
behind music because music is known to do that. People find certain musics and they're like, oh, that band saved my life. It was like it brought me back from a dark place. So, and I think a lot of younger people start off that way, but the more you get into it, you realize that you play a much more effect on the human connection or the human chain. So it's like, do I want to pump negativity or do I want to pump positivity? Because nothing about you screams negative
right.
or you. So to appease and lower your vibration and your enlightenment down to appease other negative people, I just consider that a waste. Because you can only
feel
get
you.
better if you stay positive and just focus on who you are specifically focusing on. Because there's people out there that are going to like it. You know what I mean? Sometimes selling your soul comes with a cost. If you're not, like your uncle said, living that. You know what I mean? So it's about, do you want to sell your music just to sell it to the masses that are just not as enlightened as others, or do you want to take the time and express your true self and make something that's meaningful to the masses that will like it? You know what I'm saying? That's where the separation comes from. It seems like you haven't decided if you want to come.
yeah, I ain't
over
made
the
the
line
decision.
yet.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
And
'Cause
and again,
I
we're not judging, and that is
you know,
okay.
I'm working on
That's
another
where you
jazz
are.
album as I'm working on a drill tape. So it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in the mix of both. So it's just like, I know this is gonna bring me the streams. I know this brings me the streams too. But I know this is, I would go perform what I will. You know what I'm saying? I got no problem. And it's like, I may not be living that now, but that didn't mean I didn't before,
Right.
or I didn't change my ways. So it's like, I also try to take myself away from that because it's like, if I already came from that, why I want to go back?
Right.
So I just
That's
don't know.
that's the last thing you want to do is go back. But
Yeah.
I know there's a crazy percentage that the youth are the most malleable human beings on this planet. So if we don't take care into the words we put out into the universe, the youth will soak it up and they will continue on the words that are released into the universe. And that's the only reason why I say, be careful what you say and what you do, because you are now an influencer and you are shaping young minds. So the sooner you make a decision to be on one side of the field or the other, the better for yourself, because yourself is health and wealth. If you keep that right, it's right regardless. But you got to realize you're putting out something much more dangerous or much more elevating than you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I would say just really be aware of that. Mm-hmm. I didn't come around to that until like mid-30s. So I don't predict on when anybody should come around to them true selves. It's better you don't put a date on it, you know, but eventually you know that is a monkey hiding in the closet that you're going to have to confront.
Yeah, word up on that, because I was probably like 10 years ago, I really figured out when we were 32, getting into the music, so like 35-esque, yeah, I was like, I know who I want to be now. And I'm going to start living who I want to be. Yeah, because we always said that it's a difficult thing to be yourself, because you think you have to be so much for other different people. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I always like to be like, oh yeah, I'm just me, you know, but it's like.
But how much of that is you and how much of that is like
them?
Them molding what
Who did you cater yourself to?
Yourself or them?
Yeah. And if you had to, we just had a podcast on this. If you have to if you have to take something away from yourself, is it for gain? And is that gain higher than oneself? Because to me, I loved me longer than I loved him, longer than I loved her. And so if I sacrifice the one true love is me, what am I sacrificing this for? Yeah. You know, like that has to be the most thought-provoking, good versus evil battle mentally than I can even think of.
And I imagine it goes on in the barbershop, because you got different dichotomies there. So if the majority of the group is talking about something that one person, let's say Ace, is not really into, Ace will lower himself and just to enter the conversation and be like, yeah, I can relate to this and that. Although Ace is really not that person, but to meet the group dynamic on the conversation, he has to take an element of himself out of it just to meet the frequency of the conversation. Does that make sense?
The social compromise.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a social compromise, because it's like, I've either already been there or already seen, like, I don't know, man. I grew up.
But is everyone aware of the social compromise when you guys talk?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean by
I don't think so.
Aware?
Like what we're talking about now.
Okay, so let's say Andrew likes to play hardcore death metal. And he just got to have his in today. Is everybody going to be like, okay, get whatever you got out for like 40 minutes, but then you're going to have to change it or let somebody else have a turn? Does that ever happen? Does somebody else ever get a turn? Or is it just one constant flow of music continuously?
Yeah, it's usually one flow.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's no compromise.
Who's dictating all the music?
I wouldn't say it's. Oh man.
Who's dictating? Ace. And that's what. Wait, hold on. Wait. Who's dictating all the music, Ace? Who plays the music?
No, that is.
It ain't even like a dictation. It's just a.
Okay, but who's the house?
Who do you guys submit to? That's what it is. Ultimately,
I ain't submit to nobody.
Yeah. No, we know that, but you're compromising.
Hold on now.
You're compromising.
It's happening, right?
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Who do you submit to? Let's call it out. Let's call it out. You know,
what's the compromise, boys? Lighter
it's
word.
It's more of a neutral respect of just. I don't know, man. It's just unsaid. Like,
everybody knows who it is.
We do, but
I don't know.
One of them things. It's
our viewers don't know.
Our viewers don't know.
So, anyways, best.
Yeah, there we go. I was about to say.
I'm gonna reel him a little bit more, bro. A little bit more attention on that.
I'm gonna put attention on it. Nah, but I mean, like, it don't. I don't know, man. It's just one thing. It's like, even for me, it's to the point like sometimes I don't even like hooking up to the aux, because I know like I have a wild style of music.
Right.
But I always want to conform to who.
Well, you got to be customer friendly, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then again, like you do, but you don't, because you know your clientele. I may not know his clientele, but if we all in unison together, this Barbers United. Yeah. So we should be able to have that conversation and be able to, hey, this my client. At this time, I'm gonna have such and such here. Let's
There's a
switch
kid
it here.
coming in.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
play
That's
this.
cool.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, your clients are listening to what you're listening to, or relatively and somewhat in that spectrum. So it's like you kind of know how much leniency you have in that of what you can and cannot do.
Right.
How many different ethnicities is in Barber United?
All of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we
Yeah,
got half
like-
white, half black.
Are you talking about amongst the barbers?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, amongst the barbers. I mean,
We got white.
more
Andrew, you
Spanish,
white.
yeah.
it's a Spanish base.
Vest is black.
LNA,
Cody's white.
Yep.
Asian.
You got a Thailand guy in there.
Yep.
Two.
Two Thailand guys. Who else? How many Hispanics?
3.
You got 3 Hispanics.
3.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nori. We got Nori too. But
as Meryl goes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Three,
now, don't say any names. Is it the Hispanic culture that's taking over the barbershop with the music?
With the music?
Yeah.
No.
Is it Vest?
It's best.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it Vest?
It's best.
Yeah, it's best. And I think that's just, I don't know. For me, I just look at it as seniority. Like I said, I don't.
Is he the owner?
No, but it's a normal thing now. Like
It's just like, yeah. You
we
just
won't
know.
have music on really until he comes in.
Right.
And I think
And
it's
like,
just
I
no one
won't
cares.
because I don't feel like.
Okay,
hearing
hang on. I don't want to
this
get y'all in
dude,
trouble.
that
What's the likelihood Vest is going to watch this podcast?
Oh, I don't even care if he did. We
Okay, all right. Well, let's go in on Vest then. Let's go in on Vest.
We would say the same things. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Best, this podcast is to you.
Brought to you by Ace.
Yeah.
The big one, not the little one.
So Best likes to, I'm not going to say dictate, but because you guys feel that he has the seniority, he gets the rights to play or set the mood with the music. And everybody just goes along with it.
It's the same thing though.
Over and over.
every day.
Radio.
Yeah,
It's like
the same-
radio
yeah,
music.
I just
yeah,
feel
every
like
day.
it's
like
we got used to it.
yeah.
Okay, but hear me out here.
Y'all submit.
Hold on now.
Okay.
Hear me out here. Is everybody talking to everyone? Is everyone in communication about Vest? Like, other than Vest, does it circulate that Vest is kind of like the central point of the music? Does everybody know that?
Yes.
Okay. Have you spoke to others about approaching Vest and saying, hey, we appreciate your music, but you got a lot of other different minds and likes in here. Are we able to, substitute
Just say it. And people
and
told
play
it before.
and play our
Yeah,
music? Is
yeah,
he
then-
open to that?
Is he open to it?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So it sounds like Vest has got a little control problem.
He got an ego driving.
So it sounds like there's a monkey
know.
called the ego driving Vest's vehicle.
What have you told Vest, Andrew, that he didn't listen to you? He shunned you off. I would imagine you would have had to say, "Hey, can you change the station or something?" Or
No, I've
so
never.
so you never even said anything.
I'm just if it
About-
ain't me, it's me and Nate.
yeah, like I
Talking
don't
shit.
mind whatever's played. I don't care. So I mean,
Okay, that's just a 23-year-old submitting. I think.
well, what I mean,
I see it.
I hate to
more
put
for
an
me, it's
age behind it.
picking
he
up battles.
plays music that everybody, listens to.
So you're saying it's neutral music.
It is neutral.
So yeah,
but
I mean,
But I mean, if it's okay,
it don't
Yeah,
change.
but
It don't
does
change.
change.
And that's
Yeah,
where I'm
exactly.
getting at, because even like I'm sure the Mexicans of the side of the Barbers United were like, hey, I got some music that's neutral.
See, and they will play
You know
their
what I mean?
music too, but it
Right.
won't be as long. So
Right.
it's like
Right.
they'll have a period, and then it's right back to the.
Right.
well, I mean, that's not compromising at all. Here you have a bunch of different individuals in one spot. And so when I get in there, I only get a glimpse of you guys as characters, right? I like what Barbers United is. I like when I come in there that there's a bunch of different backgrounds. To me, that's the dopest thing ever. It almost feels like this barbershop in the middle of Fort Wayne nowhere, if they can all be in here together and coexist together, it's like, how come the world can't do that? Because truly, you got everything in here. And so in my eyes, it looks like it's the greatest compromise ever. But now that we digging behind the scenes,
That's not the case.
It's not the case at all.
All right, so
there's still a fight for something.
Yeah.
So who's going to tighten the screws? And I'm not saying go in there and turn up on vest, but I'm saying
Some things ain't worth the fight though. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like if it's neutral to the clients, then why it's not worth me complaining.
Right.
I might talk my shit, but
It's not broken, so
it's
why
not
fix
right.
it?
So it's not worth me pressing the issue. Like, all right, it's got to change. Like,
right.
it's not worth it because the
So it's-
clients don't make a difference to them,
Okay.
and they're comfortable. And
All
to me, we run a business, so you being comfortable in my business is the most important thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like that's why I say it's choosing the battles. It's not worth the fight to be like, all right,
Right.
come on,
like that.
press it.
So do you guys? Now, I'm gonna change the subject a little bit, but when you get a lot of your job is on appointment, right? I'm gonna say it's 100%, not 100%. Let's say 80% appointment based,
The rest is walk-in. I would
right?
imagine.
So when the walk-ins come in, is there a rotation, or do you guys like leave your chair
Who's
open
open?
and let
no,
them?
it just matters who's open.
Whoever can get 'em.
If you don't take appointments, or if you're only appointments, then that's different.
Or if
but-
he was here first, if he was here, I got here, and then someone comes in, he's not cutting anybody. He'll go first. He'll get.
Right.
if he wants.
I watched y'all like just dodge some too. Like,
Yeah.
how often does that happen?
Yeah, is there hair you don't
Yeah.
want to do?
What makes you want to dodge
and
certain people?
It depends on the haircut. Like, I don't know. Not even the person. It's
Right.
like,
For me, it's long hair. I'm not gonna lie.
and-
If someone comes in with long hair, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Unless you're chopping it up. I had to tell somebody that
yeah,
not too long ago. Look, I don't know what to do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mess you up.
yeah.
So
This
I'm sorry.
So
Okay.
do you have someone
Okay,
in,
who
in-house?
steps in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do
who
you have
steps
someone
in?
in-house that does that?
I mean, he's the only person I've really seen work on longer hair.
Yeah.
But it's what I don't know what he does. So
Right.
I'm not just gonna be like, hey, next time go to him.
Right.
I don't
Right.
know what to tell you.
So, Ace, you got a preference?
No. If you got hair, come on.
Right.
So yours is just long then, huh, Drew?
That's not because I don't like it. I just don't know.
How to do
I'm
it
not
yet.
comfortable cutting it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to mess
Yeah.
you up.
So y'all don't do females' hair?
Undercuts. I'll do designs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll do females.
But y'all don't do like the whole shampooing and stuff like that?
I do, but we don't. Like, it's available, but I don't know. Women ain't per se coming to a barbershop for that.
If it's a
Okay,
simple
okay,
trim, if it's like
okay.
a simple
You know that.
trim, I can
Yeah.
do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
women go
just-
to a salon, but
Yeah, they want to feel different. It's a different feeling. So
right,
Okay.
you're surrounded by a
they're
bunch of
looking-
males.
Right,
Yeah,
you're looking
yeah.
for something else. So like, it's not really the vibe for
Have
them.
you ever thought about going to a salon though?
I have.
Since you're well versed, your clientele I would imagine double because you're doing male and female, right?
Yes, but I don't want to put myself there.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the atmosphere and the drama.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. So
Yeah.
for me, like, I'll shut you down. I just won't talk to you. It's like,
Right.
all right, cool, whatever. Like,
Right.
if we're not seeing eye to eye, we have nothing else to discuss. So
Wait a minute. What's causing the drama here? Are you saying the
No,
female's
it's
going to
just-
cause the
no,
drama?
it's just,
okay.
it's
well,
just
clarify
natural.
yourself because
even with the
damn it, we're on the
males-
podcast.
Even with
Ace.
the males,
Right,
even with the
right.
males
Okay.
in the barbershop are just as bad as the females.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. So a
Do
salon.
not get it twisted.
Okay, so a salon is like, but you thought about it though, right? Like you thought, well, maybe I can
have.
double my clientele.
I
So
have.
okay,
And brought him. I mean, I wanted to go to cosmetology school.
Ace, why
However,
don't you just ignore the people that's doing the drama and
It's not
causing?
just the drama though, man.
Or
It's like
just the
it's
conversations.
the routine that they go through. I don't like
Environment.
it's the salon environment that I don't like.
Oh, so
a
there's
different
more.
pace.
There's more to the eye here.
Yeah,
like-
it's a different pace of life.
I don't mind hanging out and whatever. The barbershop's cool. It's relaxed. You're chilling. Cool.
Right.
Like the salon's nice too because now you got more of a laid back, chill vibe. But it's like I don't know, man. I just step away from that.
I'd
not you.
rather. I
Yeah.
can
Not
do
that I
it.
don't want that, but it's just when you incorporate the drama behind it, and then like this person got to know everything about this person, and
Oh yeah.
this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, half the time I don't care. I'm
Right.
like, I mean, come on now.
Yeah, salons just. Well, maybe you haven't found the right salon.
Maybe that's it. I mean, sometimes the beef is good though.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I can't say I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, because
but,
women, they get like their hair colored, and you get all these, like, I'm going to say added surcharges. Oh, you
Wait.
want your hair color? That's
Wait.
another charge.
So-
Shampooed and
Money.
So barber school is not the same as cosmetology.
it's not.
What are they learning different?
well, you
honestly,
do makeup and stuff too, like
They do
cosmetology.
nails, they learn
Nails,
nails.
makeup.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay. That's
Little different.
crazy.
But that's the thing that's a upside about it. I mean, they might only have 3 clients that day, but they're bringing. I'd have to cut 13 people to bring what they're making out of 3
Yeah.
because they're doing color,
Nail. Yeah, they're adding
everything.
extra charges.
That's another thing though. Like, I'd rather talk to 12 people, 12 different people a day, 12 different conversations, than have someone in my chair for 3 hours
Right,
trying to keep the same conversation.
See, and I
I'd
do
rather
things
just-
that require 2-3 hour processes,
right.
and I don't mind it, but
like
I'd rather have the
Not-
quick money. Give
not
me
too long
the 30-minute haircuts. Like,
Yeah,
Buddy wanted what, blonde tips or something like that,
Yep.
and he didn't talk.
Yep.
He didn't say a word. That would suck. Having someone in your chair for 2 hours that
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
want to talk.
It didn't
Right.
say a word to me. I'm like, bro,
What?
whole time just
Is it a black guy, white guy, green guy?
yeah, he was green.
Okay.
He had yellow feet.
yep.
What a weird guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
classic monster.
I was like, wow,
Classic
you
monster.
don't talk. What else do
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
Let's get off subject a little bit here. Do you guys have phobias of anything?
Insects, snakes,
Like spiders. Spiders, my biggest.
spiders. I don't do
Spiders.
spiders either.
Spiders.
I don't
can't-
do spiders. Yeah, but I don't know about a phobia. I don't know.
Can't. No.
I would say heights, but it's weird though because I like them. But I'm petrified at the same time.
My
Right.
hands.
You were the,
Like-
that's adrenaline junkie.
So like an airplane. Like I hate going up there, but like once I'm up there, I gotta be by the window. I gotta
Right.
I'm like move, get out the way. I
Yeah.
want to see everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like. And that first initial is just like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's like a quick panic attack. You're like,
Yeah.
oh God, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, you get there and it's like, oh, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
look at everything. Like,
Right.
so, I don't know,
It has to be
man.
controlled. You see people like free climbing,
Yeah.
skyscrapers with nothing,
Right.
It's
parachutes.
the loss of
Right.
control that I
I have to
fear.
be like
Right.
And control.
strapped in.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that a big phobia for you? Is like not being in control?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's deep in itself, right there.
I have to be. Yeah.
Like, so, all right, let's just not put it with phobias. I guess fear and phobia is the same thing, but what's the biggest thing you fear in life? Any one of you guys can answer this question.
Family dying.
Family dying. That's a general. Yeah.
That's my biggest fear.
Yeah. That's a general.
Just
fear.
losing people.
Why is that? Like, why? Take me there. Why is that? It seems like such a natural thing. Why are you afraid of the natural?
Don't know. It's the unexpected, not
Mm-hmm.
knowing how or when. If you told me in 50 years something's gonna happen, you're gonna push it off. You'll be more okay with it. But tomorrow, it's just not knowing. That's what's scary. Not knowing when, because it's gonna happen.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So the
Just don't
fear
know
of
when.
family dying and the fear of the unknown.
Losing, losing people. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. What about you, Ace? Like, what's the biggest thing you fear?
I don't know, man. Like, I almost want to say failure, but that's not. It's deeper than that. Like, failing to leave something behind is what I fear. So it's like, was it good? I don't want to be the bad presence. I don't, you could be, but that's not what I want to be. So
Right.
it's the fear of not leaving something behind. And it's like, I don't know what that something is. I couldn't
Right.
tell you, but
The fact that you want to leave something behind says a lot, though. You want your life to mean something. You want it to have an effect.
mm-hmm.
I think everybody deep down wants that. And living the whole fear game, I mean, you're speaking to probably 100% of the human population. Some just have it in check and some don't. So that's a natural fear, I would say.
Yeah.
But you can't be the person who's just like, I'm so afraid of death.
It's not even that.
You know what I mean? And you're too scared to live.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So it's a natural fear, but it's going to, you already told us you'd like to be in control. So the moment you give up control, you don't have to really worry about the death process.
and it's the death part. It's not even about me.
Yeah.
I'll live my life. how I
Right.
do
It's
it.
about losing others.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're losing that. And that's normal too, because that's part of grieving. So you're losing that bond with others. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
You're
right,
missing that physical presence that you shared and grew up with. You put years behind it. You invested in it. It was a part of you. You loved it. It loved you. Yeah, that's the human freaking code right there, ain't it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's all about how when you lose that someone, how you handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always ways you can handle it. Some can't control it, and some says I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna get better from it.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. Are you afraid of death? and that's just a personal question. Not for anyone else's death, but your own.
How?
No.
How?
I think that's what people are scared about is how.
Yeah. Or if not scared, just curious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
what's after?
curious how, but you're gonna find that out one day. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend too much time thinking about
And,
it.
and that's the good mind to have, because it says something within us that death is just natural, because no one's running around going, oh shit, I'm gonna die next week, or just running around said, oh, death is right at the precipice, we're gonna die.
Right.
We don't know when, but no one is running around doing that. It just seems like it's a natural order. It's already checked in as that's going to be an inevitability. It's something we all have in common.
What's after?
Yeah.
I think that's what people
What's
are
after?
scared about.
Well, and
What's
that's
next?
so I had a near death experience, but again, that would just be what I perceived happens. That's not even conclusive. That's just a space that I felt like that was just designed for me.
What do you think happens when you die?
Transfer the energy. I don't know where it goes.
Transfer the energy?
Yeah, I don't know per se where it's gonna go. It
Right.
could be a heaven out there. I'm not gonna say it's not,
Right.
That's why I like to
but
believe.
Yeah.
it's just you can't tell me for certain it is there. So it's like, all right. So
And that's okay too.
yeah.
Wait until you find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We when we started this conversation, we found everything that is in common with this. We didn't have any bullshit in front of us. And that's what draws us together. But now I'm going to start asking some closing questions that we hope to get just a true response from you. So one is, are you religious, Drew?
Yeah,
Do you have like a religion you believe in?
Christian.
Christian? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to church every Sunday or anything like that, but
Right.
yeah.
What about you, Ace?
No. I'm considering myself spiritual now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a Christian, but that's because that's all I knew. So
Right.
then I kind of found my own way. So I'm like, I don't want to devote something to just this one thing and
Right.
not know it's a million other things out there. So I'm like, I ask my grandma all the time, how do you know you're right?
Right.
Right.
Oh, we're always right. Oh, okay.
You don't.
They say they're right. They say they're right. They say they're right. They're always right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'd rather just be on a spiritual level than to have to pick a side per se in that category.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know.
And there's nothing wrong with being a Christian.
No.
It's
No.
it's this life. What he always says in your avatar, it's user preference. There's no manual.
There's no manual at all. There's no instructions. And I think
Just go.
that's what gets us through our lives. So we have purpose, but I'm on the same field as you, Ace. I'm more of, I was told everything, what was right, what was wrong. But I don't want to be in that box of being told anymore. I want to be in the box of, you know what? I'm going to believe what I want to believe. I'm going to live the way I want to live. And I'm not going to let people tell me what to love, what to hate, what to idolize, what not to idolize, And I think I've had a freer life doing that than I had when I was in the box.
Yeah.
Felt better.
Because the box didn't seem real.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's the thing. It always seemed like a fairy tale. And
Right.
it's like, oh, you die and you go here. Just live a good life.
Right.
It's stamped. And it's like, okay, well, let's uncover this because, it's more. And it's just like, I want to know more. And then it's like, once I start asking questions, like my grandma, she'll give me, you're going to go talk to the pastor and have lunch with him. And I'll pay for it so you can talk to him about God. And it's like, I will leave there and I'll be like, he ain't answered nothing I had. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
all he did was quoted something from the Bible.
Right.
You couldn't give me an honest answer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I no. So it's a lot of just different stuff. So it's just, I don't know. And I'm just like, once I found my own spiritual side of things, I'm like, this is my avenue. Like, just go this way. That ain't feel better. So it's just like, that's what it's about. And it's
Right.
like,
And how about you?
devotion,
Yeah.
you're gonna go that route, that's cool, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't never shot nobody out about it. You
Right.
know, like you could be right. I'm not gonna say it's not real, but
Yeah.
I can't turn around and tell them that yours is the only one that's
Right.
you know.
Because
Right.
now you a dictator.
Yeah.
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 And what about your religion, Drew?
How much do you know about it? Like,
Yeah.
what makes you stick
That's the thing.
stick to it?
I always have. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know. My mom didn't take me to church every Sunday or anything like that. She wasn't a religious person.
Right.
So I mean, I just always knew I believed in a God. I believe
Right.
in God, and that's
What you fell in love with was Christianity.
yeah. I'm just here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you a bunch of verses and all this stuff, but
Right.
deep down, I know. I mean, that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something in that faith.
Makes you feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something you can believe in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I like to also pose, because I mean, Ace has an avenue he went down that he knew, okay, I was into this, but there was something significant in his life that said, "No, okay, I'm not. Now I'm just, I don't know." So I like to ask you a question.
Mhm.
How much time have you spent investigating in the organization that you believe in?
Lately, a lot more than what I have. I
Okay.
cut a youth pastor.
Okay.
I went to high school with him, and I didn't know that was what he was into. He came to barber school, asked him what he did. He was going to school for it. Started coming to the shop, and I started going to his house on like Thursdays, having Bible study and stuff like that, and listening to certain things on my own. A lot more than what I ever have in the past year.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
It resonated well with you. Yeah.
And to me, that's fascinating because you took the time to investigate
Right.
and look at certain things. Now, I don't know how well read you are into it,
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
but you at least take the steps to want to understand the organization you're in. There's a lot of people right now who don't even know what is what.
You gotta try.
And they are, I'm Baptist. Okay, well, talk to me about it.
I'm Pentecostal. That's
Right.
it. Okay.
Oh, I don't know much.
Yep.
Then why are you claiming? It's a big thing for people to want to believe in something. I get it, but you have to understand the organizations.
And that's what I'm trying to do now.
Right.
Is always, I don't know why, but always that's what I believed in.
Yeah.
So now why?
Yeah.
Why am I here? You know what I mean?
That's
Why
dope,
am
and
I-
you stick to it. You stand next to it.
Yeah,
You
I
should be
mean-
the same way about your religion,
As-
the
yeah,
same way about your
your
music,
music.
and that's where I'm going with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
I knew he
'Cause
was
it's
getting
true.
to the end game.
Right? So, I mean, that's how easy it is. I left you no room to think. And then I've done that to a couple of people. Ace was already witness to me blowing minds.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you something else. Total different subject. You ever seen a ghost?
Have I seen a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey,
Who has?
Yeah.
The look on that was like, yeah.
damn it, Meryl, do a zoom in on that face, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a zoom in.
That kind of gave me chills. Yeah. I was like, "Ooh, buddy."
Zoom in on that.
Okay, well, I mean,
Let's clarify.
You know,
Break it down for the layman. Go ahead.
this podcast is based on strangers.
This dude.
Okay, let's go.
Break it.
Ghost.
Let's talk about this ghost. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it wasn't just a ghost.
Oh,
Oh.
no. So we had friends.
Plural.
Kids.
Oh, kids.
Oh, really? Okay,
Those are the
wait.
worst.
Set the stage, Ace.
Yeah,
you an
so,
actor. Give me. I want to walk in on this, and I want to
got
score
you.
this.
I got
Yeah.
you. So when I was 12. No, I was 13. Because I was still living in Charlotte. I was 13. And we lived in the house. And when you walk in, it's like you go to the left and it's just bathroom, bedroom, and like straight down the hall. And on the right, it was like this weird, like, I don't know, half crescent moon little thing that led into a bedroom that came out into the kitchen. So it was very like one note, but my bedroom was in the far back in the last hall of hall. And I'm just like, all right. So I came out one day and it was a show called Saddle Club. A bunch of little girls at the time, like just, I don't know, they was doing horse stuff and I don't know. Me and my sister loved the show though.
Right.
I gotta get my cereal and
Right.
I gotta go watch Saddle Club.
Yeah.
And then I'm outside.
Yeah.
And
Right.
at that time I had 4-wheelers, so I'm like, oh, I'm just waiting on gas to get back.
Yeah.
I'm Saddle Club and I'm here.
Right.
So it was unusually quiet that morning though. And I was just like, nobody's up. I must be up super early. I didn't
Right.
check the time. I just go about. Come out my room and it's a lady standing there.
Right.
And I just froze.
What's she wearing?
Man, like a gown, like a nightgown.
Right.
And she's just standing there.
She white? She black?
I couldn't tell you.
Right.
I could just tell you she had long hair.
Right.
Down to her shoulders.
Okay.
And she was staring straight. And I was looking, I had a side profile view. And she was just like, and I was just like, oh my God, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm stuck. So I closed the door. I'm like, now I'm in there. I'm like, all right. Little old me, I'm like, you can't be no punk, bro. You gotta go out there.
Yeah.
It can't get you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that thing finna eat me. I don't know what to do.
Wait a minute. So you knew it wasn't a person?
I knew, it was not a person. I could not, like, when I closed the door, I had to get my mind together.
Right.
I opened the door back up, and like, my mom was the only person in the house at the time, and so the lady that I seen, like, she turned, and when she turned and looked at me, she kind of went like this and just walked away. And I was like, at that point, I screamed. I was like, oh my God. And my mom, she's like, what? I'm like, I just seen this lady. And I'm telling her, and she's like, all right, cool. You just calm down, just whatever. And she ends up going back to lay down. I end up going, I don't even know. I think I grabbed some cereal. I don't even think I got to the cereal yet. And I end up coming back to the room. I go back in my room, and I'm sitting in there. I'm just chilling out. I end up grabbing my Nintendo 3DS. I'm playing a game on there. And I was like, all right, it's time. It's time to just, gas is here, 4-wheelers time. Gas wasn't there. Yeah, I was still early.
Right.
I come out, and I get ready to go in the bathroom. And I'm like, all right, I go in the bathroom. When I go in the bathroom, there's 3 kids sitting there on the floor.
Whoa.
And I'm like, now at this point, I'm in a full sweat because I'm like, oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is unnatural.
Right.
And I'm trying to get my words out to say something, and I can't because I'm just like, who are you?
Right.
And then I turned back around, and like, it just got real, just, I don't know, cold, clammy feeling. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like one of those weird, just like, it wasn't a dark presence. It just was like, I'm in your space kind of feeling.
Right.
Like, so come to, I end up going out. I go through the horseshoe. And as I'm going through the horseshoe, I come back. And it literally wraps around to the hallway. So you could run circles in there if you wanted to. And that's literally what the kid was doing. It's
Right.
like going in circles, just shoo, shoo, and the mom's just standing there. And this whole time, my mom's standing in the kitchen watching me, and I'm standing with my mouth wide open at this point. She's like, what are you seeing? I'm like, you don't see this kid running by you? She's like, no. I'm like, are you crazy? She's like, are you crazy? I'm like, you don't see this hole in you don't see this?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no. I'm like, Ma, they're literally right there. And she's like, there's nobody there. Go outside and play. Damn. And I'm like, all right. So I end up just grabbing my stuff and going outside. I'll say maybe a year and a half went by before I could say I seen anything again. And I happened to be in the outside shed. It was like an abandoned.
Is this a new ghost story?
No, the same.
Okay,
Same,
all right.
Same
Same
house.
house.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
but wait.
Same everything.
You went outside.
Yeah.
But
I just left
your
it.
mother didn't have any stories like
nothing.
this at all. She didn't come back and say, "Oh
nope.
shit, something."
Nope. Nothing.
Wow.
She left it be. That was it. Just nothing. Like
How old
you
were you?
just 13.
13.
Mm-hmm. Just, oh man, you must just be seeing stuff. You must be crazy. Go outside and get off the games. I'm like, no, that was real. Like,
Okay.
So you go to the shed. Yeah.
About a year, yeah. And we go. Well, I'm on the shed. Same shed. It was same area. The tree ended up falling through the shed, so we used to sneak back there and just, kids being kids, doing
Right.
dumb stuff back there.
Yeah.
I'm just out there hanging out. I ain't like whatever. They have it's like a trail, some trees running down through it. The dogs used to really. That's how we found out. The dogs took us back there. So I'm like, oh, cool. We done found this. That's tight. We're gonna post up in here. So I was in there. I was waiting on my brother to pull up on his new. He had a dirt bike and like a 150cc dirt bike or something. He's like, I gotta come pull up with it. And back there they have big hills. So I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go riding. So I'm waiting on him there. So as I'm waiting on him, literally the same lady in the house was at the shed. And I was sitting there, and I was that time. I was like, "All right, this something's got to be something. Like what are we seeing here?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Let's process this." And I'm older now at this time, so I'm like, "Let's process this." So now I'm in the process of like, all right, well, I have to talk to her. Like, there's no way to have twice, like 2 interactions.
Yeah.
I have to speak to you at some point.
Yeah.
So I go to speak, and it's just like I'm not uttering words. It's more just like and I don't know. So I'm like, all right, here we are. I'm stuck again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm so scared. My dog Diamond comes running back through, and she's barking, and I'm like,
So the dog sees it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
there's
So,
something
so,
else here.
so hear me out here. This is how I know you have. Okay? Because your white side was like, we're curious. Let's go investigate.
We were.
But your black side was like, we are not about to do this. And I sense this inner struggle going on.
Bro, it was
But
a
it
struggle.
side.
but you know, the white half of you is dominant because it was like, by damn it, we're going to investigate this. Let's try to talk to this
I don't know,
apparition. Yeah. Apparition, talk to us.
It was one of those things too. It's like I always believed that we're not the only people here. And we might be the only ones on Earth, but we may not be the only. We might not even be the only people on Earth. But who? And that's besides the point. We're not the only people here.
Right.
So it's like I've always believed that. So it's like for me, it was just like, all right, if I'm seeing you again, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
It's always something for a reason. So it's like, what do you have to tell me that, or what am I not getting, and why are you in 2 different places? So it's like, come to find out, her and those kids died in that house.
Oh.
Okay, so how did you find that out?
My mom found that out like 10 years. I actually I was getting ready for my junior year, and she ended up, the lady who lived across the street from us ended up moving down to Florida. She thought we lived in Kissimmee, so she bought a house in Kissimmee and was like, oh, we're going to be best friends again, and everybody, and we're like, we're an hour and a half from you. We're still good friends, but we're not neighbors anymore.
Right.
So she ended up letting us know. They ended up like releasing this whole thing because somebody ended up buying the house and posted, like, I don't know, made a big long post about how for as long as the last owner had the house, they never knew those people died in there, but it was on record that they did. And I was just like, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah. So I bet this just really busted up your paradigm on life.
It did, because I'm like, okay, like you like we said earlier, there could be somewhere, but we don't know. So,
Right.
Right.
And if I say I can see you, and obviously you can see me, or maybe they weren't. Maybe they were here and it's just on a different dimension, and I'm just being able to see that dimension. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's not because, you know what I mean? I don't know. So they did die in that house. So I can't argue it, but
that's a symptom of your reality right there.
yeah.
Hey, Andrew was in your story, bro. I think he gonna go home peeping around corners. I think Andrew has become a little involved in this story. I would be remiss if I didn't say I'm a little involved in your story.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I always been taught by really just, I don't know, not growing up per se, how you should to have an open mind to everything. So that kind of led me to just be like, all right, I know this is spiritual, so it wasn't, the fear came from not being able to really know what to do. Because if I'm the only one saying this, then and you're next to me and you don't see it, then it's like, okay, we can't talk about it because you're not looking at what I'm looking at.
Right.
So I'm trying to explain this to you, and you're not gonna understand it because you've never seen it. And it's almost I even take that into like the Christian churches, and I ask, like, you know, if you've never seen it, how do you believe it? And it's just like, that's always been my unanswered question. And that's what divided me from it.
And then some will tell you it's blind faith, and that they just believe.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, I mean, that is tangible too. That sometimes that can be someone's, identifier.
Oh, yeah. That's
their
rock.
It's their thing, and that's good that they've received that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go wrong whatever you believe in, because obviously the Creator created all the nonsense that we're thinking about right now. He knows Earth is hard, or it knows Earth is hard. It knows we're flawed because it's a reflection of itself. It's flawed. It's not going to create anything that it hasn't challenged itself or done. So it doesn't matter what you guys believe in. It's all right. The more you look at the bigger picture, life is just life. It is what it is.
I mean, well, this planet has been here far before our man-made ideations.
Right.
Things have been here before man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think sometimes good stories are better than bad stories.
Yeah.
a good book on how to live your life is better than a bad book based on how to kill people and be deceitful. Yeah. So I try to look at everything as a positive thing,
right.
but I don't trust everything that's told to me. I'd much rather be the neutral guy and go, it's okay, you believe in all this, but I got one life and one shot on this planet. I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it because I don't know any other.
Right.
You know, but I do know from the time I was born and I had a conscious thought, I knew what love was. And I knew what being angry, and I knew if I hated something, I knew what that was. I didn't need that to be taught to me.
Right.
And so we're going to wrap this up, but I'm going to give you 3 questions. Have you ever seen a UFO?
Any one of you can answer that.
You just talked about this at work yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he just talked about
Well, go ahead. Where'd you see it? What time was it? Was it night? Was it dusk?
It was night. I was actually, I had to, oh man, it's crazy living out there, bro. But I had just gotten done smoking. And at first I thought I was tripping. So I'm like, I gotta bring the wife
Now, when
out.
you say smoking, were you smoking some of that daintiest of
Devil's
daintiest,
lettuce.
sticky of the
The
ickiest?
devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Yes.
Okay, do you think the devil's lettuce
I
led
actually
this
don't
on?
like that
Did he lead you to the
terminology.
goat?
Yeah. Let's not. We shouldn't be calling it the devil's. You know, that's another white term right there. I'm going to strike that one on your part, Andrew.
That's what led him to
Call
the
it
goat.
devil's lettuce.
He sounded like my grandma.
Wait, hang on. Do you think you were, or that bag of Bilbo Baggins and Gandalf the Grey was
Yeah.
portraying some sort of wizardry going on in the sky?
Man, I didn't know what was going on, but I came out and I just got done smoking, so I'm like, am I tripping? And it was a little like cloudy out, so I'm like, all right, the clouds are rolling in. I'm like, maybe it could be lightning, whatever. So I'm looking in the sky, but it's just flashing, and it's just in one spot, and it's just like, and I'm like, all right, that's weird.
Right.
Then it like lit up the whole sky, but not like the whole, like a good, where it was at, it lit up everywhere right there. But it was just like right there.
Right.
It's like behind the clouds, so it wasn't like it didn't beam all the way out like the sun, but it was nice and channeled. You can tell it was something right there. And I'm just kind of like, what in the hell is this? So I go downstairs, I'm like, babe, get up. Come on, come outside. She's like, what? All right. Get out there, and she's like looking up, and she's like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, it's a light of some sort. All I see is light. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it just keeps flashing, watch. And she's like, so we're sitting there, nothing.
How close is it? Is it a star? Do you think it's a star?
Nah,
You've seen stars, right?
Yeah,
Or
I've seen
satellite?
stars. I mean, you know, but
This was different.
It was different enough for you to notice it.
Yeah,
And
like, but that's the thing. It was different. I was laughing with them because I actually stood out there. And I was like, if y'all coming, come on. Like, let's go.
I mean, now's the time to see again.
You don't show yourself.
Again, Ace, that's your white side
side,
talking. Because the black side would never subject itself to being abducted by aliens. You know this, right?
I didn't say they was gonna abduct me.
Well, when you get
I
with
might
an alien,
abduct them.
No, that's the black side. Eh?
I was gauging Andrew over there. Andrew was like, yeah, that's even precedent for my blood.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish the story though. Like, what happened?
Anyways, I never figured out what it was.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we just stood there staring at it, and it never really moved. It just kind of was it was right there, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm gonna let it be. I said, if they here, they already here. I was
Right.
like, it ain't like we ain't see them.
Right.
And, so I just left it be.
So,
I was like,
so you believe in UFOs and
I mean, we can't be the only people here.
Yeah.
And if science says
seems to
that
be
the
the common
universe,
thing.
there's multiple universes. So if the creator, whoever you want to call, God, whatever you want to say, created all of this, why are we the only ones here on this one universe?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
But that's the ideation to Earth. That's not an ideation on other planets. People on other planets are probably like, oh, so we were created by this alien species that came and just started planting seeds all over. It's a whole different reality for other planets, you know? So let me ask you this.
Wait, have you seen a UFO, Andrew?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Okay. Andrew, who taught you to love?
My mom. If anybody taught me how to love, be my mom. But like you said earlier, I mean, you kind of knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew what it was. I mean, you do or you don't.
Right.
It just comes with you.
Yeah.
I guess. Same thing with anger. You have it. You love. But maybe how to love, my mom,
Yeah.
for sure.
There you go.
But love's in you. You know what I mean? You feel
I
it.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I feel it all the time.
But how to
Hell,
love?
I feel it right now.
Yeah. So are you saying how to love is different?
I think so.
Okay.
On how you go about it.
Oh
Or,
Yeah.
how to
you know
love
what I
is
mean?
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you asked us at the barbershop,
Right.
and I just now thought of that.
And this is kind of like a redo because it gives you a chance to. Most people don't get a second chance on a question like this because we like to go with the first answer. But I'm going to ask these things again because I want to see if anything soaked up with you from then to now. And so your answer has still been the same. So you being at 23 years old, that's where you are in your life. That's the perfect answer. I'll ask you again in 10 years and see where you are because your mind changes. Ace, who taught you to love?
Love how though? That's the question.
I ain't saying
It's
how. I'm
properly-
not dictating
You know,
it.
like
What's love to you?
Yeah.
you know. So I say my mom taught me what love wasn't. So that taught me how to gauge what love is.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
good.
So with that, I just kind of, I don't know. I was seeing like, okay, that's not love. That's not a form of love. Love is an action. It's not just a word.
Right.
It's not a verb.
Right.
My wife taught me what you
Yeah.
got to, you know, it's not,
it's
it's
expression.
it's expression. It's
Yeah.
it's actions. It's, you can't just say it and think it's going,
Yeah.
it's not going to do anything.
It's got to come from somewhere.
Yes. So it's like, what's the emotion behind it? What
Right.
drives it? What's the energy with it? So, because for me, like, I mean, in my younger days, I used to love to be angry. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just felt right. It's like, all right, cool. Then it got to the point, it's like, do you love to be angry, or is that just, you just got some uncovered stuff you need to go dig out? And it's kind of changed the narrative on that. And then it's like growing up how I did and seeing things like my uncle, my aunt, like divorces, my mom got divorced. So it's just like, I got to see a lot of like what love wasn't
Right.
to know, okay, well, this is what I'm looking for then. This is what love is to me. So
At least you were able to decipher that at whatever age that happened. Most people just look at that and go, this is how life has got to be. This is how I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? Obviously something resonated with you. Is like, this is not vibing at all. Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out. You're what, 26?
Yep.
Yeah. So from here on out, just expect a lot of level ups because you're gonna start thinking differently.
that's what my man Jalen tell me all the time. Just you gonna keep leveling up, man. Just
Yeah.
Level
get ready.
up.
Every time he's like, every time I talk to you, level up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We just got to mold Andrew and get him to level up.
Yeah.
hey, level up. It's level up season.
Yeah, it's level up season.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
Okay.
You hang out with us, we're gonna get you there, son.
Last question. Let's see. Which one do I want to ask? I'm gonna give you another shot at this one, Andrew. Who is Andrew outside of his name? He said,
It's hard. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Who is Andrew outside of his name?
He's a barber.
He's a barber.
Yes, he's a barber.
Yeah. He's a
He's
family.
a
I'm
artiste.
a brother. I'm a friend. I'm a boyfriend. I'm a son.
I think one of the hardest questions I've asked people is, who are they?
Yeah.
Let's take away influences and stuff like that. Who are you without the influencer?
What do you mean by that? The influencer.
So, if you sit and watch TV, do you think a portion of TV tells you
What
who
I
you
mold
are?
myself off of, what I
Yeah,
build
yeah.
myself off of, who am I? I don't know.
Now, okay, Andrew, stop.
That's like the honest,
That is the most.
and that is so okay.
I don't even want you to go any further than that because
Yeah.
that first answer is a beautiful answer.
Yep.
And a lot of people are afraid to say what you just said.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And that shit is, we stress that a lot.
From day one,
You ain't gotta know
pick up on
shit.
things and you take things from others or things you see or hear and you start trying different things, be something you're not. I mean, I feel like that's really what we are. We're not completely ourselves. I like what he does, so I'm like him in a certain way.
Yeah.
We're not
Trial and
fully
error.
ourselves. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I am.
Yeah. And that's okay.
What about you, Ace? Who's Ace? Outside of his name, without any influences.
Ghost hunter.
Ace is the
Apparently.
ghost hunter. I need a theme song for that one. Do, do, do. Oh man.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a positive being, you know. I'm a good source of energy. And, you know, it's who I try to maintain to be. I'm a bad source of energy sometimes if I choose to be.
Honestly, yeah, we all are.
I'm a creator, you
Yeah.
know, and I know that. I know that I got the power to dictate and choose how I perceive things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got handed a bad deck of cards. So, like, for me, I
can't
got
say
to hand
that.
it a game.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
time out.
I don't
time
know.
Out, time out.
I don't know.
Time out.
You learn
Time
more
out.
that way.
Time out.
Yeah, but
Here,
the way you
there-
said it, he's gonna eat your ass
I'm
up,
about to
Ace.
eat your ass.
Let me
alive.
hear it.
Here we go. Okay. So this proverbial deck of a bad hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did that bad hand put you today?
Oh, hold on, because I did just say I had the power to create, huh?
Yeah. You,
So-
you told me you had
so-
a bad hand.
That's a good question.
But without that bad hand, where would it have put you if you didn't
I
play
don't
it?
know, because
So
that's
what you
the
need
thing.
to say is, hear me out. What
Mm-hmm.
you need to say is, I was dealt a bad hand, but I played the cards smart.
Okay, I like that. I like
Okay, and then know too, Ace, that you are sitting here right now on this couch with all 5 of us here in this room together. Okay, everything you did in life, even those bad cards, you played those cards so well.
It
It
got
led
you
you here
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
We are alive today.
I know that's the
You
beautiful
are
part.
with your wife and your kids today. So where's the bad hand,
Yeah,
bruh?
speak on this bad hand you were just talking about.
Look, that's a good way.
Where's
to
the
think
bad
about it.
hand, bruh? And we only say this because we are sitting at the age of 45, encroaching on our 50s.
You know, and that's a good way to. I don't know, man. That's such a good way
It's
to look
our
at it.
job. Literally, it's our job to sit here and sharpen man. Man has to sharpen man so we can make your travels easy. We've traveled 1,000 different trails. So what him and I are doing right now is we're walking back in the past to go, hey, I remember this portion of the trail. Let's give these guys a heads up as to what's coming around the corner. It's a rattlesnake over there, a couple of tarantulas and scorpions over here. Don't step here. Think about this trail like this.
But here's the kicker. I could give you the map, but not a lot of dudes follow the map, nor take it.
Right,
Kind of like bushwhacking their own trail.
right.
I would if I could go back, I would have listened a lot to people that were older and wiser than me, so I could
Take advantage.
take advantage and have a jump start on the bigger scheme of things.
But he
But-
just
but-
he just
but-
fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
He just
I
fucked up,
haven't-
Ace.
I haven't.
I got his number. That was my. It's my turn. It's my turn now.
But without that, I haven't finished yet. But without that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Finished yet.
So I can't even say and go back on that because if I think about if anything changed or if I knew a different path, yeah, I'm sure I would have been a lot more enlightened, but I wouldn't be where I'm at today because I would have took something out of the equation that led me here.
Right.
But it still goes back to like I think everybody, it's a natural thing that they would love to go back and do something better.
Regret.
Yeah.
Regret.
No, I don't know if it's
Right.
You haven't
necessarily
got there
regret.
yet.
I don't.
You still
I- 'cause I
a
don't
baby. You
regret
can't
it.
say that
Yeah,
yet.
I can say
and
that.
Ace, you don't know what
Yeah.
you already know.
Yeah, you can't say that yet. You talk to me and when you turn 46.
I hope I can.
And then one
That-
life
yeah.
throws you something and you go, I regret I probably shouldn't did that, but it's over now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every year is a blessing to be alive. Every day, every second. But don't live like you got a bad hand.
Oh no! See,
Yeah.
I told you once
Right.
before. I don't shorten myself from experiences, so it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
whether it's good or bad, I'm still going. If as long as I know the parameters of the consequences, I'm willing to take on.
Mhm.
I'm going to endeavor. Whatever. I'm going to do what I do. So it's one of them things where I don't know. It's just.
This won't be the last podcast, I promise you. I think y'all going to come back and sit with us quite frequently. Before we end, let me say this, or I actually need you guys to tell us if people want to get a hold of you, Andrew, or listen to anything you've created. Where can they go to look you up at?
I gotta make it first.
Oh,
Okay,
so
but
you're
you
not on there
don't.
yet.
So you don't have anything where people
All
can
my
just.
stuff is
Do you have a
done.
social media? You got any like Twitter or
Yeah, Instagram. But I don't got stuff on there.
MySpace or something, bro?
Yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram.
I know you got
okay.
a MySpace.
I know you got a
We was in that
MySpace.
mug, coding like a mug.
What's your Instagram?
Straight A. STR8A22.
Okay.
22.
All right. What about you, Ace? How can people look up some music, man, and know who Ace is?
Well, music wise, I'm on every platform. You can even say, "Hey Alexa," and pull me up.
This boy.
So you just gotta, if you want to do that, tell Alexa to pull up TYE baby, and then you'll hear some tunes. Outside of that, my Instagram is Ace of Fades Official. Outside of that, that's really my main thing. So I do have an Instagram with my TYE baby, so you can look that up too. The X in there is silent, so it's TYEX baby _
Okay. Yeah, that's
like
dope.
it.
And then next time, bring the family out, man. Like,
Man, got to
Shine,
I got a lot of kids though, man.
Yeah, that's
You
all
know,
right.
running the rip
Now
and
see,
running.
that's the black end.
That's
I knew at some point we was gonna find that joker
He's been here.
this whole time.
you too, Andrew. Bring your girlfriend too.
Y'all fucked up, put me on the wrong side.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Actually, the next podcast, I would like to flip it and put somebody in the seat. We can learn something from every age. Don't
Yep.
think because we're 45 and we're older that we know it all. No,
don't know it.
I bet you there's things you could teach us right now that we didn't know.
See,
So,
and that's what I love is like doing when the age gap is willing to come together and say,
Yeah.
okay, yes, I can learn from you, you can learn from me. Like
Yeah.
that's and that's the way the world should be because it'll work out a lot better.
lot
for
better.
us.
Right.
And it's true. Things are
And-
different.
Well, age it's irrelevant. It's just a fucking number that
Yeah, I mean,
we've given ourselves.
wisdom is wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the editor's looking at us. So
No,
I
no,
want-
no, 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 no. I know what she's doing.
No.
And she's trying to help her husband out by winning the game.
Oh. That's a draw, man.
I don't know. I think I got your ass, sucker.
I'm a 6-shooter.
that was a showdown.
Too late. It's too late.
It's 2 shots.
This dude shot me with a machine gun last time.
Oh.
I had no idea that machine gun was even allowed.
Yeah.
Lace me up.
Yeah. I think if you bring
Bazookas always keep one
Yeah.
a bazooka,
in your pocket.
bruh.
Keep it in your
Yeah.
pocket.
I think if you go to a gunfight, you could bring whatever gun you want.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know,
Right?
Me,
But
I
you-
like
but
to be
you-
on
but-
like the big heavy artillery ones as I ride in.
But
Like, I want
state
to
that
make
in the
noise.
rules. You
know?
gotta
Yeah.
state that in the
There ain't
rules.
no
though.
I don't
rules.
think there is rules in the firefight.
Right, thank
I
you.
mean, it's
But a
gotta-
draw.
No, hell
Yeah.
no. We got a Geneva Convention. There's rules to the game.
I'm not gonna go into all that.
But we can't do what Andrew said. We could just do an old-fashioned drawdown.
Yeah.
And damn it, I think I won.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah.
Hey, like the goddamn channel.
Subscribe.
And
Yes,
ring
do
the
that.
tell them
Definitely do that.
Share.
Ring the damn bell. What's so
Share,
hard
like,
about ringing the bell?
subscribe.
I want to hear ding 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 ding
Notifications.
ding, ding, especially
Yeah.
after they see Ace on there.
Yeah.
Like, ding 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 ding. They were like, oh.
Yeah.
Get it in there.
What I'm
Man.
talking about. And thank you for all the Patreon members. All the donations really help the channel. And feel free to join the Patreon. As little as 50 cents to $1,000 to $1 million.
To $1 million.
100,000.
There's somebody out there who could change our lives with $1 million.
Like I said earlier.
Just
You
send
could even
it.
give me $1 a day. I don't know.
Nah.
Wait a minute. What the hell just happened
Going
there?
somewhere with that, and it was just like, my brain said, "Don't do that one, bro." We gonna forget that existed.
Oh man.
The update part was supposed to come.
Hey, with that said, peace. We go.
Peace.